Okay, everybody. So today we are going to learn the difference between comparing and contrasting. Okay, so comparing is when we find things that are similar or the same. And then contrast is when we find things that are different. So let's practice. What I first want you to do is I want you to look at somebody next to you, and I want you to find something that's the same or similar as yourself. So if I'm looking at Luca, what do I know that's the same? I know that we both love dogs, right?
Yep.
Yep, we both love dogs. Now I want you to look at somebody else, and I want you to contrast or find something that's different. Okay, so go ahead, look at somebody else, and find something that's different between the two of you. All right, so today our learning goal is students will learn how to compare and contrast. So what I'm going to teach you how to do is make a comparison chart. The comparison chart is a really good way to keep our things organized. So when we find things that are alike and different, we can organize it through a comparison chart. So again, I just want to go through the difference between comparing and contrasting. So I just picked two things, and I put a picture of an apple and an orange, and I want to compare and contrast. So what are some things that we can say are the same between an apple and an orange?
That they're food.
They're both food. More specifically, they're both fruit. Yeah. What are some things that are different between an apple and an orange?
That they have different taste.
Yeah, we could say that they taste different. In this picture, one is orange and one is green. We could also talk about how they feel, like their texture is different. Yeah, so you get the point. So what we're going to do is we are going to compare the difference between a dog and a bear. And they're also going to find some similarities between a dog and a bear. All right, so let's start with some similarities. What do you know about a dog and a bear that's the same?
That they're animals.
Yeah, definitely, that they're both animals. Okay, so what else? When you think about a dog and a bear, what else is the same?
They have fur.
Yeah, good job, Luca. They have fur. They both have fur. They might feel a little bit different, but they both have fur. All right, what else?
They can be many colors.
Yeah, they can be many colors. We probably can't see like a blue or purple bear or something, but there's definitely a lot of different colors. There can be black bears. What else?
Red bears.
Yeah, like a reddish, brownish bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown bear, polar bear,
Yeah.
white bear.
Yeah, and so can dogs. Dogs can be many different color too. We can have brown dogs, black dogs, white dogs, all different kinds. All right, so now let's focus on the bear. So think of a bear. And think about how a bear is different than a dog. What's the first thing you can think of?
That it roars.
It roars? Show me a roar sound. Yeah, that's a roar. So a bear roars, and that's different than a dog because a bear doesn't roar. Okay, what else?
It is a wild animal.
Yeah, it is a wild animal. We certainly could not have a wild animal in our house, could we? Yeah. Can you think of anything else?
That it eats fish.
Oh yeah, definitely. It can eat fish. And that's different than dogs. Dogs don't really eat fish. So because bears are in the wild, they have to find other things in the wild. So they eat fish. All right, class, now let's focus on a dog. What are some things that are different than bears?
That it barks.
Oh, good one. Yeah, a dog barks while a bear roars. Okay, what else?
It is a pet.
Yeah, we can have dogs for pets. We certainly can't have bears for pets. Okay, what's one more?
That it eats dog food.
They eat dog food. Yep. All right, so you guys definitely understand the difference between dogs and bears. And we found some similarities too. So what we're going to do now is we're going to read a story together. And then after we're done, I'd like us to work together to find similarities and differences that we remember from the story. The story that we're reading is called The Broken Arm Blues by Taryn Anderson, and when it was illustrated by Reginald Butler. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you, and I'd like you to follow along. There are two main characters in the story, and if we look at this picture, I bet we can decide who they are. So one of them is Carrie, and it looks like her arm is broken and in a sling. And then the other one is Kyle, and he has a broken arm right here. So these are the two main characters in the story, Kyle and Carrie. And we are going to do a comparison chart on Kyle and Carrie after we're all done with the story. Okay? But I want you to remember our 3 rules about reading together. The first one is we're going to stay seated, we're going to follow along, and we're going to listen quietly so everyone can hear what's going on. So each of you have a copy of this book, and I want you to pull it out. All right, here we go. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much. You did a great job listening. Now we're going to make our comparison chart between Kyle and Carrie. So what we're going to do is I want you to work in pairs. So I want you to find a partner. I want you to grab your individual whiteboards, your markers, and your erasers. And I want you to make a comparison chart while working together and make a comparison chart between Kyle and Carrie. So your whiteboards should look something like this. Okay, so you want to write down the things that are the same about Kyle and Carrie in the middle and write their differences on each side. All right, what did you guys come up with? Let's talk about it as a group. Wow, you did a great job. You found a bunch of things that were similar between Kyle and Carrie. You also found a few things that were different. This is what a comparison chart is. It organizes the differences and similarities between 2 or more things. So now what I would like you to do is I'd like you to do something independently. I'd like you to make your own comparison chart. Okay, so on your whiteboards, I want you to make a comparison chart between 2 different things, at least 2 different things. Okay, so some things that I thought of is an orange and an apple, your math class versus your reading class. You could do another 2 animals like an alligator versus shark. You could do bus versus plane, kind of whatever you want. If you need help coming up with 2 different things, maybe ask a friend or come ask me, and we'll work on it together. So your comparison chart should look something like this on your whiteboard. And again, I'd like you to work on this independently. Great job, guys. Good work.